All right, welcome back to the Set My Lineup Showdown, where I break down the DraftKings lineups and show you the best value plays based on expert projections and the Vegas lineups, the Vegas lines. Essentially, the Vegas lines are going to adjust the value of these players, but not the projections. And that's why you're going to see some things such as the quarterbacks in this game. Let's go ahead and look. Russell Wilson, 18.16. Ben Roethlisberger, 18.5. 1,100 to 10,800. They're almost the same exact projection, essentially. But the values have been adjusted based on the Vegas lines, and that's why Russell Wilson is ranked so low compared to Ben Roethlisberger. Before even looking at the numbers, I'm already really high on Ben Roethlisberger having a turnaround game compared to last week. So I agree with my projections. But that being said, we try to leave that stuff out of this show, and we're looking at just the numbers when we break this thing down. So we've got some pretty good value plays out of this game, especially when you're looking at some of these guys right here. Jalen Samuels at 5.82, not a huge projection, but his price is less than the kicker, 2,800. Jerron Brown, maybe even better, at 5.79 at 2,200. But we're going to see in a second when we look at the news on Jerron Brown that this may be a little bit of an overprojection. I don't know if he's going to see the volume that they're saying he's going to see. I think he had 0 targets in week 1, so I don't know why his projection is that high. We already said the caveat that we're looking at just the numbers here as we break this game down. Dante Moncrief, pretty low, 7.39, 5,600, but I still kind of like him as a value play, and he makes the list, so we're probably going to include him in some of our lineups. Again, I'm Ben Roethlisberger, Steeler heavy. Last week, I got burned, or Thursday, I got burned by Christian McCaffrey, as did, I'm sure, a lot of you guys. So we're going to try and avoid making this type of assumptions like you need Christian McCaffrey to win. You don't need James Conner in your game to win. You don't need Juju in your game to win. That's not going to be the case. Something I was going to lean heavy on this game is avoid the defenses. We think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Steelers defense, Seahawks defense are kind of in the middle of the pack. I'm kind of still lean towards that. The kickers might be good plays. Chris Boswell ranked really high for your flex, but neither of the kickers are ranked high in terms of your captain spot. So avoid that option. I know that's kind of a good play. A lot of people like to do that. Start your kicker in the flex, especially for these type of showdown games, especially on DraftKings when this is the only place a kicker gets played. But I think this game is going to be one you want to avoid them in your captain, but maybe take advantage of the value for your flex for Jason Myers here. So let's go ahead and build some lineups and jump on over to DraftKings. We're going to build a tournament play because that's really all I'm playing. I'm not going to do any head-to-heads this week, so I'm not doing cash plays, so I'm going to build tournament lineups. But I'll build one cash play for you guys to start this off. Cash play, we're going to start off with a... Back to the lineup. Chris Carson, 14,700 is a very good option as a cash play captain. Expected to get a lot of points for you and extremely low price. Quarterbacks, I really don't like putting in my captain. Juju Smith-Schuster, according to the projections, is one of your better options. But he didn't have a great week, and we're still trying to feel out kind of how he does as being the number one receiver, even though he had it last year. I'm not extremely high on him with the risk as your captain spot. Chris Carson, on the other hand, 14,700, 22.2 projection. We know he's going to get a pretty, his ceiling is his floor is extremely high. His ceiling is not extremely high, but his floor is very high. So if you're playing a tournament play, we're going to plug him in. Captain spot, Chris Carson, boom. Tournament play, I know I said the kickers, we're not high on them, but we are as far as the flex spot goes. So tournament play, let's go ahead and plug them in. Kicker. Both of them, right? And that's going to give us a lot of value. 9,566 left to plug and play who we want. Again, if you're doing tournament, this is not a good strategy. But if you're doing head-to-head, you're going to want to do this all week. Big Ben, we've already got nobody in, so let's go ahead and stack some receivers for Big Ben. We got Juju right here and Vince McDonald. Can we fit them both? We can. Vance McDonald, you're going to see he makes the projection list over here. He's not extremely high play as far as the flex spot goes. That being said, he's really he's a pretty decent value. 6,200 isn't bad, and you saw we were able to plug and play. And the biggest reason we want him in the lineup with this stack is because we got Ben Roethlisberger playing, and we want Big Ben to have some receivers to throw to that are in our lineup. So we got Vance McDonald, Juju Smith-Schuster, plugged and played. If you want to, you could maybe get rid of Juju and run the same lineup with James Conner, and that gives you a little bit more money to spend in this spot. But I would probably, if you're doing tournament play, leave Vance in there. But you already saw in the projections that James Washington, also on the Steelers, and Dante Moncrief are both great options. James Washington's value is huge, so we can plug him in. These 3.0s are probably going to scare some people from the kickers, but this doesn't happen very often to see just 3 points from the kickers. People kick field goals more often than that, right? So we're going to play the kickers. So there you are. There's your head-to-head lineup. Let's go ahead and clear this out, and let's build an option for a tournament play. We're going to win all the money with a tournament play, right? So you want to be a little bit contrarian with your captain, but not too contrarian. I honestly still like Chris Carson as the captain, but Tyler Lockett is a really good option if you want to get contrarian as a captain, and Russell Wilson in the game, kind of against what I think is going to happen as far as the game plan. So let's go and plug it in now. You've got Tyler Lockett as your captain, or you could even do DK Metcalf. I know I've already told you I'm not high on him, but his projections are pretty good, aren't they? We're missing DK, so let's go ahead and dive in. I've done this a couple times on the stream where we have to dive in midstream and figure out what's going on. Why are we missing DK Metcalf? And it's probably got something to do with the way his name is set up. Where the heck is Metcalf at? DK Metcalf. 0. All right. He's DK here. Let's go over to the projections sheet. We go to the flex. We look for DK Metcalf. Demetrius Metcalf. What? DK Metcalf. That's why. All right. So let's just back these out. Boom. He should show up now. I didn't do it. DK Metcalf. Players. DK Metcalf. I'm sorry about this, guys. I can't figure out why DK Metcalf isn't popping up. DK Metcalf is going to be a good option, though. We can look right here with his projection is 12.9, and his value is right here. How come he's not popping up? DK Metcalf flex. Okay, here he is. He's just at the bottom of the list. He's popped up now. My value 9.29. So the projections are not showing Metcalf to do as well as okay. He's in the captain spot finally. Let's go back to the display. Sorry about that for the little bit of a hiccup, but there you go. You got to see under the hood. I love being able to show you guys that type of thing. DK Metcalf does pop up as a captain, and he's nowhere to be seen on the flex side of things. So let's go ahead and set this limit. There he is, 9.29, 7,200. All right, let's jump back on over here. DK Metcalf is obviously not that high. We're comparing him to who? DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett. So let's go back over here and see if Tyler Lockett pops up anywhere. above Metcalf, and they're right there neck and neck. But Tyler Lockett's production is so much higher. But Metcalf's, man, there's some value right there. So we're going to play Metcalf, right? Does he show up over here? He's actually a good play for captain. Both of them are great plays, but Metcalf is going to give us some huge upside and the ability to really stack this thing. So we're going to put Metcalf as the captain. I really don't like doing that, but we're doing it. And Russell Wilson has to be in. We'll probably have to play Tyler Lockett because of that. So let's do all that. There's too many points going to the receivers. We know they're going to be run heavy, so this is a contrarian lineup. I'm expecting other people to know that the Seahawks are going to be run heavy. What else can we do here? Dante Moncrief. Steelers, more the kickers. Let's avoid the kickers. We've got Russell Wilson in, so we need someone else to catch the ball for Russell Wilson. Screw it. Let's put Chris Carson in. All right. Now we only got 4,600 left. So we have to get deep with it. Jalen Samuels has a good opportunity to get some balls thrown to him. Ran twice for 4 yards and caught one for 2 yards, two for 2 yards. So pass catching backs are actually always a good option in my opinion. So let's go ahead and plug in Jalen Samuels right here. Even though we know that James Conner's getting the majority of the work, the dude's going to get some looks, right? And then Vance McDonald. The issue with this lineup is we got Jalen Samuels and Vance McDonald. We don't have Ben Roethlisberger, but we've got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Chris Carson all in here with Russell Wilson. So we've got kind of our team stack going, and all these kind of correlate and agree with the projections that we have going on for this game. Who do we pick down here again? Jalen Samuels over James Washington, which is fine. Look at that. Pass catching backs, freaking love them for showdowns, especially guys that are underappreciated and underthought of, like Jalen Samuels. So we'll update that entry. I'm plugging that one in. There's your lineup. Here's the projections for that game. Use them how you will. Good luck, you guys. Thank you for checking out the stream. Make sure you subscribe if you like the data that you got today. Again, this is all about using projections and Vegas lines to come up with the best value plays in the Draftkings Showdown lineups coming up this week. Thanks again. Subscribe. Peace.